What's going on, Internet? It is your boy, Eric Bandholz, back again with another awesome episode from Beardbrand. Got a really special episode this time. I'm here with my hairstylist, Sebastian, and we're going to ramble on and talk about beards and hairstyling and what's in style and how to do things and just kind of some random things. But first, I wanted to thank you. We've just surpassed 15,000 subscribers. And that reminds me, there should be like a little blue square up there somewhere. So if you could click on that and subscribe, if you aren't already, then that'd be fantastic. If you have subscribed, then share this bad boy. Or not. I don't care what you do. Just do whatever. So, Sebastian, what are you working on nowadays?
Hair.
Hair?
Sometimes hair.
Like rabbits?
Rabbit hair, dog hair, Yorkie hair, pubic hair, my own.
You know we call pubic hair penis beards.
Yes, I know. We talked about it last time I tried growing out a beard. That's why I have the mustache.
Yeah.
I was pubic face for far too long. Eric.
Yeah. So you're selling stuff, huh?
Yeah. Scissors.
Yeah, for who?
Scissors. Hattori Hanzo shears. Hanzo shears. I do a lot of education for them. I get to teach people how to cut hair. I get to cut hair. And I get to go around and work with salons in my local territory, also across the country, and turn people on to the best scissors on the planet. And the best hair cutting techniques on the planet, too.
Yeah? You don't have one here, do you?
Oh, God, no. Ripley? Ripley? Oh, geez. Hey, would you look at that? I've got one. It's a 6.5 inch. Yeah. Hattori Hanzo shear.
See, to me, that looks more like a 3 inch.
No, that's 6.5. We're measuring all the way down here from the bottom all the way up to the top, not just the blade. But yeah, the blade's roughly about 3.5 inches long. It depends on who's looking. You had some questions about this thing. What were you
so when I'm an idiot, right? So before ever meeting you,
not that big a one. No.
Whenever I started cutting my hair, I always held it like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Me
That's
too.
That's not how you're supposed to hold it, is it?
No. And it's weird too, because if people are at home trimming facial hair, beards, mustaches, more or less, you probably haven't had a formal cosmetology education, and you're probably going to hold a scissor like this. But honestly, if you have this little thing down here, this little bottom attachment, it's called a tang. It's really just another form to support your scissor or shear when you're cutting your own hair, beard, mustache, whatever. That's supposed to be there not for your ring finger, but it's there for your pinky. Okay? So that little hole right here in the top is not meant for your middle finger.
So you put the pinky in the tang.
You put the pinky in the You put the pinky in the tang, and you put your ring finger in the hole. Okay? And the rest of it's there to support your index finger and your middle finger. And then the thumb obviously goes right in that one. So you actually have way more control, way more stability. And not, if you're trimming your beard or mustache, you don't have to be super technical. But if you cut hair all day long, you want to be ergonomic, you want to be correct, you want to be able to maintain your hand in a healthy position, be able to cut hair all day long. So really, the only thing that's supposed to move when you're holding a scissor properly is your thumb. That's the only thing. So if you can hold a blade still, this one shouldn't move, this top one should. That's how you cut hair properly. So if you want to be the best, at-home beard or pube trimmer, practice this while you're watching TV all day long, or on your girlfriend's hair or her downstairs if you want to. Yeah. Practice, go ahead. Yeah. Golden. You're golden.
Am I good?
You're golden. Yep, that's it.
Get that motion down pretty quick.
Or just you get a good shear and it pretty much does it for you, like Hattori Hanzo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it, yeah. I'm not really that good. It's just the scissor.
So I love talking to you about those shears because they're made. The blades are made in Japan, right?
Yep. Everything's handmade in Japan. Yep.
Like those samurai swords.
That's kind of what it was named after, more or less. Hattori Hanzo, not just Kill Bill, but then again, Hattori Hanzo was actually a swordsmith for the old samurais back in the day, so we named him after, and every one of the models are also named after a real samurai.
Yeah.
So, they're real Japanese steel. They're made in Japan, handmade. They're the best damn scissors on planet Earth, and they're guaranteed forever. Lifetime guarantee.
I know whenever those shears like touch my hair, like they gain a little bit of hit power. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that like there's a little piece of like Eric DNA whenever like the shear touches it, and it makes it a little bit better. But it also makes my hair better too.
Yeah, it does. This is actually the shear that touches your hair on a regular basis. Yeah, that's it. This is the best shear ever because it touched your hair multiple times.
Yeah.
Tons of times. Tons of strands.
Yeah.
It's like
not just one hair.
1 million strand power.
We get hairs cut.
Yeah, not a hair.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But, I've used these shears forever. I used them for years before I finally got a job working with the company. This is a company working in the beauty industry that I actually wanted to represent. I'm really stingy about who I'll represent and protect. This is really one of the only companies out there in a thriving industry that I would sit by and stand by. Wait, Rip, oh, God, she's sweet.
Yeah.
Isn't she sweet? Come here.
You're like a billy goat.
Yeah, she knows what's happening. She knows what's happening.
So speaking of cutting hair, like what kind of styles are in?
Oh my God.
What do you
Are you talking men's or women's?
Let's talk men's. I think like 93% of our stuff is men.
Okay, so we'll talk women. So how do we get a woman? What hairstyle do we wear to pick up a woman?
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Really, honestly, that's the coolest thing about the men's industry is it's picked up big time. Like I think it was, and somebody will correct me on your comments if I'm wrong, but picked up like 75% as far as like the men's beauty industry has picked up 75% in the last like 2 years. Big time. So there's a big market in men's hair. Barbers are making more money than ever. Young barbers, people are going to barber school more than ever before. And also men are actually consciously making an effort to look good, look fashionable, get a good haircut, not just a number 2, on the sides and finger length up top or a Caesar like they always got at Great Clips. They're making an effort to get fades. Fades are big. They're back. The really disconnected looks, short on the sides, really long on top, coiffed, combed back. Gentlemen 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s looks are back in a big way. But right now, all of a sudden, long hair's back again too. Whether it's, elegantly disheveled or it's, the top knot, where men, have it all shaved and disconnected and really long on top and pull it into a little bun on top, or just really long hair pulled back into a bun. It's more bohemian and it looks freaking amazing.
So now I don't know if I've been seeing a lot of this or not, but like the 90s kind of like parted, like big, I don't know what that front curl is called.
Yeah, the little wave.
Yeah, the wave. Is that in or not?
Absolutely. But that's the thing though. It's like a good barber will be able to tell you it depends on your hair type. So it's like some dudes can pull that off. Some dudes can pull off a super sleek look, but if you don't have a wave, you're not going to be able to pull off the wave.
Right.
But you can have a hard part, shaved parts. It really depends on your hair type. And a good barber is probably nowadays going to teach you also how to blow dry your hair.
Yeah.
Dude, don't be afraid to pick up a blow dryer. Or if you are smooth enough and you have a girl or 2 or 3 girlfriends and they happen to leave a blow dryer at your house, steal it, take it, use it, learn how to use it.
Well, you could always use a good blow. That is the one thing I want you to take out from this video.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. That's exactly right. Yep.
Yeah. Any day of the week, just go for a good blow.
Yep.
Your girlfriend's got it. Or your boyfriend if you're into that. So, I'm growing my hair out. I'm pretty stoked about that. The thing with growing your hair out is you always get like the penis stage, like wherever, no matter what you do, it just looks like penis. Like,
yeah.
So I guess like, is part of it like retraining the hair during that process, or is it, just learning how your hair works at longer lengths? Is that why it doesn't look good? Or is it the cut? Like, do you need to go in and get regular cuts as you grow it out? Or
it's all 3.
Yeah.
It's all 3. Depending on what your hair is capable of doing, more often than not, dudes that are trying to get a good hairstyle right now have probably worn something. Obviously, they wouldn't be changing it up, but they probably worn something regularly. Guys like to get locked into something that they feel comfortable with. They don't like changing it up. They go to the same person and the same hairdresser that also doesn't like changing it up. So when they decide they want to grow it out or do something different, it might require you to part your hair on a different side. It might, require you to pull your hair back, blow dry it, style it, gel it, whatever it may be. pomades, whatever you're using, and your hair is going to need to adapt to whatever you're going to be doing next. That's where blow drying comes in really handy. Also, it depends, like if you want to look fresh, you don't want to have your neck hair grown out. You don't want to do something, you just don't let yourself go. You're going to have to keep up your look. See somebody regularly. I request, every 4 to 6, 8 weeks, just like your girlfriend or your wife does. Or you wish was your wife. But make sure you keep up on your hairstyle, or you end up wearing a hat like I do. I do hair. I never get my hair cut.
Yeah, your brother cuts your hair, right?
He does, but he doesn't live here. He's gone. Stephen Lightfoot. He's the best in the West. So I end up wearing a hat the vast majority of my life, up until I fall asleep, and I'll pull it off, so the girlfriend can't see it.
So speaking of hair, let's kind of talk about beards and facial hair, and what you think is kind of in the styles, and how do you groom the beard to match the hair, and what kind of beard would go best with what kind of hairstyle?
It's weird. Talking to me is a little bit different than probably talking to a lot of different people, but I think it's all about symmetry. When you learn how to do hair properly, it's all about symmetry and balance. You want your head to look symmetrical with your face. Obviously, look at you. You've got a nice big full beard, and you have a nice big full head of hair. So if you had a super shaved head and a big beard, some people do that. But right off the bat, you look at it, it just doesn't look symmetrical. There's no denying that.
Sometimes it's pretty gnarly though.
It can be super gnarly, but that's usually what they're going for.
Yeah.
They want everything to revolve around that beard.
Yeah.
But if you want a super balanced look, big beard, you want something up top too that's going to balance it out.
That's why I like the man bun and the long hair really pulls off well with a big beard.
And pretty soon you're going to do a beard bun. Beard bun, hair bun.
Yeah, I'll have to try
Front
that.
bun.
I've never tried the beard bun before.
Front bun, the Mississippi front bun.
There's a guy. There's a lot of guys with epic beards. Top of mind, Brian Nelson. He's got a good 3-foot beard.
Is he Portland?
No, he's actually down in Austin, Texas,
okay.
And he puts it in a braid, and it's just this total Viking look to it.
Yep.
Google it, Brian Nelson braid, and I'm sure something will come up. But it's just totally gnarly, way awesome look.
I want a beard. I've always wanted a beard, and beards are back. Facial hair's back. Guys are doing it, obviously, or else Beardbrand wouldn't be kicking ass like it is, and guys wouldn't be sporting facial hair. Me, it's I tried doing the beard thing. I did the mustache, and honestly, the mustache was something I've wanted, but I never thought that I could pull off. And my girlfriend was actually the one that told me to grow my mustache. But she had a picture of some other guy that was a UFC fighter, and pretty much brought me a picture of him and was like, I want you to look like him. So that's kind of messed up.
Yeah. Well, she
but
wanted the rides, right?
Exactly. It worked out in my favor, and now I can't get rid of it. So I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And especially working in the industry that I work in and seeing as many people as I work in, it's kind of like a staple. It's like my call sign.
Yeah.
If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be who I was, or I wouldn't be as presentable or as recognizable. Facial hair definitely helps you stand out. It makes you feel good. And you get compliments.
Yeah, you never get compliments for being beardless. But once you grow out facial hair, all the time.
Yep, if you don't have a beard, nobody's going to say you've got a nice beard.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of mustaches, what the heck is this thing here?
Oh, this is the coolest gift that I was ever given in my entire life. When I used to teach hair, or how to do hair at a cosmetology school, there's a coworker of mine, Jan Corneal, who's the queen of giving me the best gifts ever, every single year. And this was actually her great-grandfather's original mustache curler. It's on a little kind of spring, and it's just like a normal hair, curling iron. And it's actually beat to piss, and you'd heat it up over a candle flame and use it to curl your handlebars. And now it's I definitely have tried to use it before, and now it's a decoration on my table. But it's the coolest decoration I could have ever asked for. I think the first time you ever came over to the house, it was one of the first things I ever showed you.
Yeah, it's totally
and you still love it.
So, guys, what do you think? Should I start making those with Beardbrand and sell them to you?
You could totally do it. You could totally do it. Yep. I'm going to take 50% of all profits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you invented that 100 years ago.
Yeah, I invented it, actually. I'm not 27.
Yeah. He's an ageless man.
127.
Ageless man. So is there anything else going on? Is there anything else that us beardsmen should know about within like the beauty and style? Like, because you're a very fashionable, very stylish guy. You're someone that like I admire with your style and the look that you pull off.
I admire you. I think that as far as I think it's all confidence too. I think that guys can have different styles, different fashions, but you can tell, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can usually tell if somebody's trying to do something that they don't feel comfortable doing. And you can tell right off the bat, and it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But you don't have to look one certain way. You don't have to wear one certain color. You don't have to dress any certain particular way or try to head in any certain direction. But you should try to take confidence and pride in how you dress and how you look and how you present yourself. I think that's ultimately. And if you ask 100% of women, and you really gave that as an option, it's going to be definitely the most defining trait in your attractive or attraction level to women too. It's confidence. Yeah. Looking good and being confident in what you wear and what you do and how you present yourself. But like you've got a beautifully awesome colored shirt. That would probably be the last thing that I would buy because I don't think I could pull it off.
Yeah, we see you in black and gray.
Exactly. That's if you looked at my closet, it's about black, gray, white, and different styles of black and gray and white.
Yeah. See, I can't pull off black at all. Like
I bought some colored shirts this year.
Yeah?
But they're all just basic t-shirts. I got green. I got this one that's like a hyper-colored pink-orange that creeps me out, but for some reason I like it. And then I have about 10 different gray shirts of the exact same t-shirt. So people probably think I wear the same thing every day, but it's actually different. It's different every day.
Speaking of like t-shirts, I'm pretty involved on like Reddit entrepreneur subreddit, and there's this guy with this business. Mm-hmm. He makes these t-shirts. They're subliminal, some kind of print process. Subliminal? No, they're sublimation.
Thanks, camera girl. Killed it.
And they're of like solar systems and galaxies and like nebulouses and all these, and it's like the full shirt. And they're like totally rad. Like I would just imagine like you pair these shirts with like just layer them together. I don't know. Like you'd have to see it. I think they're called like Stardust. I'll put a link in the description for those that are still watching.
Like a galaxy?
Yeah, like a galaxy. Okay. But it's like legit like NASA photos. Like on
I've
the
seen
shirt.
Those. I've seen them. I know exactly what you're talking about. They're rad.
They're super rad.
It's about like having something that you're wearing that has something that you're showing, but it's not a pattern or something that's totally normal.
Yeah.
And you don't look basic. You look different.
Yeah.
In a good way, and it looks fashionable, but it's still plain.
Yeah.
And easy. And I think
it's just a shirt. You like just slide the shirt on. Yeah.
Piece of cake.
So I think that was a pretty good talk. I mean, we should probably knock out a couple of these before I move. And
don't bring it up.
I don't know. What do you think? Good time? What do you guys think? If you dig this, please share this with your friends. Please comment in here. Please subscribe. Do all that jazz. If you like it, we'll keep on doing more like conversation kind of pieces. If you don't like it, then
if he gets one thumb down on this video, then I will move. Well, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
If he gets no thumbs down on this video, I will move to Austin, Texas myself.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll do these videos for the rest of your entire career.
And for those who don't know, I'm moving to Austin, Texas. So you heard it here first on the video.
I thought you would have said that by now.
All right. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Cheers.
And beard on! Yes, I know it.